Hello friends, we're gonna set up this bass. This bass was brought to me, I think it had like a C standard or B standard tuning or drop something. It was tuned really low with huge strings. And I was asked to put it back in standard with some regular strings. So I've taken the strings off. I'm gonna clean up polish the frets, clean up the fretboard. And yeah, I'll just go through the process of setting this up. So I use this, I think Dunlop makes this, or at least made these. Had them for years, I just keep reusing them. They're just like little square pads of 8,000 grit micro mesh. Just feels like a little leather pad. And I'll just use that for like quick fret polish jobs. Or at least I'll start there. So this one looks like it could use a little better, something a little more aggressive. I'll try this Gorgamite. I cut up little squares of Gorgamite. And kind of like that better. Today we're listening to Sophia Duhame. Nice chill stuff. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to use for my quick fret and fretboard rub down. Good old trusty Gorgamite. Gorgamite's what I use on the road as like just a super quick everything. Cleans the fretboard, polishes the frets. There's a little bit of a conditioner like in it. This piece is dried out like crazy, but it's good stuff. It's expensive, but it's good stuff. So yeah, again, I don't know if the camera will pick up, but it does a really good job for just a one-step process, something quick and dirty. So I'll do that whole fretboard and get back to it. Okay, so I've done all the frets and fretboard. Quick little, wow, quickly out of focus. Little polish and yeah, I don't know. What am I saying here? Oh yeah, somebody has started a relic job on this bass. I say started because it's a bunch of lines that look like they've just been scratched in with a razor blade, and they start to get more and more sparse, and then this kind of just gives up. But they've done the old hammer in a rock for dings and stuff. Shoot up the edges. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest. But whatever. It's not my bass. So, yay, ads. Next step, I'm gonna put some strings on this thing. See how the neck reacts to the super change in gauge. Going from heavy ass strings to like regular lights, I think. I forget what Actually, the package is right here. Hey, how about I just pause that? Going to 100s. Alright. Gonna put strings on. How exciting. I guess I'll pause this again. Alright. I figure I'll show you the my stringing technique for basses. Basically, go 2 posts length as far as slack. Line up the string. I'm going into this first tuner, so I will cut it at the third. Stick it in through the bottom, wrap it around, and just wind it. It's as simple as it gets. So, wondering, you know, what the nut situation was. This guy had heavy ass strings. The nut has probably been opened up to accommodate that. So we'll just, you know, we'll see how loose that's going to be in there. Hey, maybe the nut wasn't accommodated for bigger strings, because look at that crack. Come on, focus, man. What do you mean you're just a camera, your phone camera? I know, but come on. Well, sorry guys. There is a crack in the slot for that A string, but maybe if I... Yep, there we go. Camera tricks. So that's interesting. I could you know, pause this whole project. Okay, god damn it. Alright. I'm just gonna pause this and get my life together for a sec. Alright, so I got my life together. I squeezed the nut back closed. The crack closed up. And I basically just strung it up. And put the outside strings, the outside when compared to the cracked slot. Like I put the E and D strings on once it was closed up, tightened it up, hopefully to just like, you know, have some tension on there and keep it closed. Put the A string on. I'm gonna finish stringing it up, and I'll just tell the customer about it, but this bass will definitely be perfectly playable. Nothing will be noticed. I know some people on the internet would lose their mind that there's a crack in the nut and I left it. But this, I mean, I won't have to hold up this guy's bass. He can pick up a perfectly playing bass if he wants, or he can wait and I'll take these strings off, address the nut, and, you know, Bob's your uncle, as they say. But for now, he wanted it playable for tonight or tomorrow, so it'll be playable, and I'll just let him know, and we'll take it from there. So, yeah, a little, maybe obvious, but not to some. Quick tip on once you get to the last tuner, like, measure out. You pull it completely tight, grab it at the tuner you're going to go into, and go back. Measure 2. And in this case, it's so short, I'll just snip this unwound part and we're good. Not sure why I'm bothering to show that again. Anyways, so, well, this is pretty much strung up, so no need to pause it. Book it, man! We're gonna go straight through! So once you have the strings on, you tune it up to pitch, whatever it's going to be in. In this case, standard. Need a new battery here or what? Sometimes it's not like seated properly, and if you reseat the battery, it's just all of a sudden, it's like it has juice again. Oh my god, what's going on in here? No, this battery's getting old and shitty. So, I'm gonna need a major neck adjustment, some intonation, Yeah, girl. That's Maggie. Damn, what a boring video. I just feel it. Just watching me tune up a bass now. So, tune it up to pitch, desired pitch. I look down the neck. Oh yeah, look down. Oh yeah, perfect. Eh? Yeah, you guys saw that. The neck looks pretty straight, or the neck looks pretty straight. Grab a notched straight edge. I'm not going to be able to show everything. Like, I mean, I'm not... Oh, should I? I don't know, man. I don't know how to do these. Yeah, I don't have 3 hands, so I don't know how I'm going to, like... This is what we're getting on the notched straight edge. Is this going to work? No, you can't see a goddamn thing. But there's a little space. The neck could be straighter. There we go. Okay. Another way is to hold down the first fret and the last fret of the neck. And you can kind of see how much clearance you have. You're basically using the string as a straight edge. You can kind of eyeball it and also just touch down, and you get a feel over the years for how much clearance you're looking for. So instead of searching around, because some of my tools are in my traveling workbox, so I'm gonna go grab stuff. I'm gonna pause this. All right, kind of got an idea here. I'll take you guys for the ride to the traveling workboxes. And you get this angle on the shop that you never really get to see. You know, there's stuff, I don't know, there's just stuff around. There's this other part of the workshop here where I work on electronic stuff. Just looking at a buddy's Marshall right now. I basically have a store in the house. This is all stuff that I'm selling. I make pedals. Haven't really had much time lately, but I make simple analog pedals. Anyways, the point of this is one of my work boxes I take on the road, made by Circle 3 Designs. No tools on the velvet, please. But yeah, this is a pretty sweet little box here. Carry a bunch of tools, stuff. I guess the whole point was just to come get this one wrench. I think I just want to show off the shops and the work boxes. I sometimes will just pack stuff in this Pelican. This is carry-on size Pelican, so it's a little more convenient. It's lighter weight. And depending on the gig, you know, depending what I'll be set up for, I'll take one of those too. So, anyways, back to the workshop we go. To the instrument workshop, I should say. I need to specify which shop, you know. It's the kind of house this is. And one day I'll give you guys a little studio tour downstairs of the recording studio on Jam Space. Okay. Wouldn't it be funny if it's a different size on this one? Generally, when adjusting a truss rod, I like to loosen, like back it off first, then tighten. Just a good habit when dealing with old instruments. This is not old, but, you know, it's just a good habit. So looking down, it looks pretty nice and straight. Yeah, definitely less clearance. So I'll double check it with the notched straight edge. Basically the notched straight edge, if you're new to some of this, is basically a straight edge with notches in it, but where the frets are. So you're really checking how level the actual board is, not how the frets are level in relation to themselves, but how the actual fingerboard is. Because then if you have high frets, whatever, doesn't matter. You can take those down later. You're checking how flat the actual neck is. Minor detail, but you know, it's good to know. So where are we at in this long-winded video? We're looking good on the neck. Oh yeah, I'll grab an action gauge. Just to know where I'm at. 1.5 mil. You see like the treble side's actually a bit high. So at this point it's addressed in the saddles because we know our neck is nice and straight. Could be a bit straighter, but you do want some relief. Well, depending on the instrument and the strings and tuning, yada yada. So I'm gonna get the saddles down, set to proper action height for all the strings. Then we'll check tuning and intonation. I mean, yeah, I'm probably not gonna bother just for the length of the video. I mean, I'm getting in with an Allen wrench and lowering these saddles until they're at the action that I'm looking for, which is going to be 1.5 mil across the board. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so lowered the action at the saddles and I put it at 1.5 mil across the board, and it was a little buzzier than I wanted it to be. So I put it up to 1.75, and now it's sitting a lot better. And that's probably due to some high frets. And 1.75 on a bass really isn't bad. So I'm just gonna quickly. There's a high fret. Just quickly check the frets on this. There's a high fret. Just checking the middle as a rough, quick rough check. Yeah, so 3 or 4 high frets in there. So that's another thing I'll mention, but it's not a big deal. Sometimes I'll plug in, check how it sounds. If most of the time you're not, wow, hot output. Most of the time you're not getting that buzz coming out through the amp. What is it? Look at how jacked up that, I can't, yeah, because it's plugged in, it won't reach. Anyway, the bridge pickup is a little bit high as hell. So I'm going to take that down. Nope, not measuring, not checking, just going by feel. I'm just taking it down by eye. And I have no idea how hot these pickups are wound. I know nothing. They say SCN on the pickup cover, so I don't know what that even means. I don't think I've ever, oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Well, clearly I haven't. But yeah, this must be pretty hot pickups. Screws were fairly loose. There we go. Yeah, there's no crazy abnormal buzzing, that's for sure. So I'll mess around with the pickup height. Pickup height, like I know there's probably some kind of guideline. There's gauges that you can buy that like have the right spacing. I always just did it by ear and feel. If you have your pickups too high, obviously it can like distort. But also like if you have super light strings on an electric guitar, strong magnets, and the pickups are super high to those strings, you can pull the string a little bit, causing buzzing or just intonation issues. Yeah, what else? So yeah, I'll just kind of feel these out. And I usually compare, like, I don't have a jazz bass, but I have a P bass. So I'll kind of like plug in my P bass that I know is set up well, plug in this jazz bass, and you know, like if you're way too low on your pickups, your output will be super weak and low, and you'll realize it right away when you compare it with another similar style bass. Like obviously if you're going from a vintage bass with low output pickups and you compare it to a modern active bass with super high output, you're not, you know, you got to compare apples to apples. Anyways, that is my rant about me winging pickup height. And leave your hate in the comments about, I don't know what the hell I'm doing and I'm just winging it. So I'd like to hear that stuff. But yeah, where are we at? Sorry, I'm just trailing, just lagging on these videos. Yeah, I'm gonna mess with pickup height, and then we're gonna set intonation, and that's pretty much it. So, I mean, I guess this is the point of the video. We are gonna set up pickup height. Actually, I'll pause it so I can go get another bass. All right, so I don't know what I was saying about my other bass that is set up well, because this thing needs a neck adjustment like nobody's business. Check that out. Sorry, I'm doing all this off camera. And just get a general feel for the volume. Wow, that's clear. New strings, holy moly. See how it's actually a bit lower than that P bass? So I'm actually gonna let them up a little bit. Am I recording? Am I recording right now? I am, okay. Neat. And also, when you unscrew these, when you loosen these off for the pickup to come up, at the end, kind of just grab the pickup and pull it up. Sometimes it stays seated down, so you need to actually pull the whole pickup cover, and the pickup kind of comes up to where the screws are sitting. And that's my story. Sounds louder. I know what some of you are thinking. This is bullshit guerrilla way of doing stuff. I don't really care. See a little bit lower. And yeah, I know they won't all be the same, but not all pickups are created equal. It's a good general gauge. Also, make sure your volumes are full on both instruments. Damn! I should have paused this and just told you what I did. This is taking forever. This is just one pickup, so I'll spare you the... Damn, this P-bass sounds good. I mean, they're close, they just sound different. This one sounds duller. That's funny, this one sounds clearer, not plugged in. Ooh, oh my. You can hear like the clarity of the new strings, but when I turn the volumes up, the P-bass actually sounds clearer. You know, different pickups, different blah-blah-dee-blue, blah-bloop. But volume-wise, we're looking pretty good. So, we will now check intonation. This we do in playing position. It's a pretty crucial step. Well, that's beautiful. I don't know if you guys can even see. This doesn't even make sense. Clearly it wasn't properly set up for the low tuning and big strings, cause hope that's on camera. We got a G, 12th fret. We got a G. D. This one's a little bit flat. So what we do, it's a little bit flat, so we shorten the scale length. So I'm going to loosen off this saddle so it gets, it's going towards the nut. I don't know, terrible explanation. Terrible, terrible. I'm going to shorten the string length, scale length. That's all you need to know. Figure it. And I always push the saddle in the direction that it's meant to go, because sometimes also they get kind of like stuck in their spot and you need to just like push it. So you'll often need to retune. And much better. There we go. So basically that's it. I'll do that for the rest of the strings. Setting intonation. I mean, still at 1.75. Obviously that shouldn't have changed. I haven't touched anything else, but you never know. I'm always retuning to pitch and rechecking the action. So that's it. I'm gonna finish off these saddles, and that's pretty much it. The bass is set up, new tuning, new string gauge, cracked nut. No one cares. I'll let them know and we'll see. But man, what a long video. I'm sorry guys, but there you go. There's a quick and dirty bass setup for you. Comment, like, subscribes, drop your hate down below, and bring me your guitars. Bye.